Black magic. You got to know, got to show.
Hi, so we're live, RATG Radio, sorry, RATG TV. Check the new gear. Ryan here, Steve behind the camera there. We're sitting here with creator of Vinny and Bud Comics, Vinny Thompson.
Hello.
And his right-hand man, Mr. Gilles Paillie.
Oh wow, you said it perfect.
Oui, je parle un petit peu.
Français?
Ah oui, merci.
That was out of nowhere.
Ah oui, je parle un petit peu, mais je ne parle pas bien.
Yeah, sure.
Mon français est très louis.
Oh, c'est très bien sometimes.
Well, yeah, because you can just say that same shit all the time. That's the only thing I can really say. So, we're doing our very first pot and podcast here because we all partake, and it's going to be illegal next year. We're here live from Hamilton Comic Con 2017, and I thought it was apropos that we do a pot and podcast with these gentlemen here, not only because they partake as well as we do, but when you look at the comic book Vinny and Bud is very Bud friendly.
Very much indeed.
Nice. So, and we've interviewed a million times, but this is the first time we've done the live stream. So, explain to the people at home what Vinny and Bud is all about, and what its kind of the background is, and how you guys got to be such a high society comic.
Well,
sorry.
Pun's intended, right? The pun very intended. I came up with the idea for the series about 12 years ago. Put a few strips together. So I wrote it like kind of Calvin and Hobbes meets that 70s show in the beginning. I was very influenced by Dazed and Confused and
Right.
that 70s show at the time. And then I put every character in the story is a real person that I've known at some point.
Nice.
Because growing up as kids and people reading comic books, everyone would ask, can I be in your stories? So over the years, I'd put it together, and everybody would say, "You got to do a book.
I'm good.
You got to do a book."
Oh, you got past him.
I did. He said he was good.
Okay. Right here. Great job. So you did this book, and you mentioned Dazed and Confused in that 70s show, and you can definitely see their influences in there. Now, the book takes place in the 70s, right?
77, 78. I'm slowly writing.
Oh, so there is an established actual timeline in the 70s. It's not just an arbitrary date in the 70s.
It's about the time the first Star Wars movie came out. That's when the series kind of started.
Okay, perfect. And that's and Vinny and Bud are they big Star Wars fans themselves, or
They become.
They're kind of your rocker, greasers, stoner type.
Well, yeah, Bud lives with his mother that's divorced, and they move to Niagara Falls, and they meet Vinny. And Vinny lives with his crazy shell-shocked grandfather, who at one minute's normal, at the next minute he's hang gliding off the garage roof in his underwear and a parachute. So, yeah, big time. So it's like sometimes during the storyline, you'll see a crazy World War II dogfight. Like out of nowhere, it'd be like, whoa, planes firing, guy parachuting into enemy territory.
Right.
And then he'll wake up on the porch or something and have the guns drawn on the mailman because the uniform triggered something like whatever he went through in the war.
Right.
So these kids are more taking care of him rather than the other way around. And in the series that I'm writing now, he gets found out, for being crazy, and they almost get put in foster care. So now they have this really cute-looking nurse coming into the house,
right.
bringing his medication in. Well, that throws the whole Vinny and Bud gang inside out, in all sorts of different ways.
Amazing. So, what can we look forward to next with Vinny and Bud? Now, we've talked before. Has there been any kind of moving forward on a cartoon, or can you say?
Well, yeah, I can say. We were actually today talking to a gentleman for about a half hour about talking about finding an animator for it.
Nice.
It's in the works. It's just
yeah, it's one of those things that takes.
Now, unfortunately, we've taken a couple kicks at this can before. I had animators and people I was talking to, but for one reason or another in life, people get busy. Right. It doesn't get done. So we're not promising anything at this point, but what we would like to ideally see would be like 5-minute skits on
I don't know,
YouTube.
like 20-second,
Yeah.
20-30-second skits, little jokes here and there on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Something like
Hit 'em
that.
and quit 'em.
Something real quick, just a quick.
Good animation and a good punchline.
Right, which is everything.
Really
Yeah.
quick
It,
delivery.
it would make for a great segue segment on RATG TV.
It really would.
Yeah.
It really would.
If we could get it together,
And we, yeah, I think we could. We'll talk to our producer, Trevor Twining, if he's watching. But yeah, he's the man that does all that stuff, so
Alright.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, would be.
Nice. So tell us about the con. What's the con experience? Oh, this weekend. It's different this year.
it's a little different. We're not like last year. We were across from Phil Ortiz
Right.
Big
and
names.
Tom
Big
Cook,
names.
bigger names, and these guys are big names too. But
They're big names to comic book people.
and they're not. Yeah, and more often than not, people want to see the people that acted in them rather than
Yeah,
the
right.
people that wrote about them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the artist will unfortunately
They
sit there
or
and
see
be
the
ignored,
artist, not the writer.
but
Right.
they'll want. Yeah, they
Because
don't.
some of them here are just the writers. They're
Right.
not even the artists of it.
And even the
Which is rough.
and
It's
even
rough,
the
yeah.
con scene itself, we've noticed is starting to change. It's not as much comic
Yeah,
books
there
now.
might be just too many.
It's
Right.
more
Well, I think
saturation,
there might be too much of that, and I do think maybe a lot of them are trying to go for that big pull. Because the one thing that you hear a lot of people complain about, well, where's the celebrities this year? Where's the celebrities? And you know what? Sometimes we have to remember that these conventions are the comic book conventions.
Originally, it was.
So
They
there's
become pop culture cons.
Exactly.
Originally, now
And
it's a mix.
it's almost a celebrity con, is what
It's
it is.
almost
turned
like
into.
somebody
Yeah.
took a teenage
Almost turned
bedroom
into a full
and
wrestling
exploded it
Yes.
with posters of fan art, whatever popular art, TV show is
Yeah.
at the time. You get all these retro people that show up from old sitcoms. It's not just the book. It's not just the box full of comics anymore. It's
No.
the toys too now on
Yeah.
the floor.
And
It's
unfortunately, the
posters
celebrities
on
are the
wall.
get that gets the people
It's
coming
the
in,
crowd in.
and it gets more people looking at your stuff. But are they really looking at your stuff when they come in? And,
They
you know,
do. They do.
Yeah.
You do
And
notice
you
the
guys had
difference.
a lot of people at your table when I was there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
were selling
That was, yeah,
a piece when I was there.
that
Well, a
was,
couple of years
And
ago.
young kids too.
Yeah.
There was a group of them, yeah, that took an interest in the like,
the
and they looked
characters.
like actually looked like the characters in the
Right.
story.
Yeah,
so,
one of them, actually, the girl looks like, I took a picture of her. She looks like the one character.
that the black
in the
girl?
book. Yeah.
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 Well, the way she had her hair and she was tall and slender,
Yeah.
and that's the character I drew in the story last year.
So you would approve her playing the part in the movie?
Oh, right. I
Live
would,
action role, maybe.
I would, yeah, like,
We're
absolutely.
talking live action. We ain't there yet.
Yeah, right.
Let's
So
get
so
the
how do we
cartoon going.
get RATG TV incorporated into a Vinny and Bud comic at this point? Like, do we do the '70s version where I've got the big ass afro?
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
maybe,
to.
yeah,
And,
you'd have to go
And we gotta do
70s
something
style,
with
like a
Llewellyn Wing
DJ,
that's gonna look like
like a
the
DJ, like a
kid,
leprechaun.
Long hair and the Canadian tuxedo.
the kid from Dazed and Confused that's always touching his face.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Don't ever do a shots game.
I was thinking more of Rory Cochrane from CSI.
Slater.
I'll ride in the back, but only because.
Yeah, I'm not taking shotgun just because I'm not going.
Because we're going inside.
One of the greatest movies of all time. Amazing. So this is the last day here at Hamilton Comic Con 2017. We're sitting here with Gilles Paillie, Vinny Thompson from Vinny and Bud. And it's been an excellent time. Another great outing this year. Folks, hope you guys get a chance to check it out. If not, come see Fright Fest this year.
November 10th and 11th.
10th and 11th, I'll be there. I'm hosting a panel for Christopher Darton's new movie coming out. So we'll be doing the Q&A there as well. Pretty excited for that. And yeah, you'll see Steve and I there. I don't know if you guys will be there. It's Fright Fest, but
I'm going just as a fan.
Gilles will be there as a fan. So I'm sure we'll do another pot and podcast with them. Hope you guys liked it. And obviously, as you saw, it was an adult-oriented podcast. That is the Pot Podcast. So.
I'm glad to be
We're
part
all
of the
adults.
first one.
Exactly. The
Me
very
too,
first,
me too.
The very first. I don't know if it's called the Pot Podcast or the Puff Puff Podcast, but either way, this has been a
I
great
think the
time.
Puff Puff podcast got to float better.
I think so too. Well, Ryan from RATG TV, with Gilles Paillie, with Vinny Thompson, with the Welland Wingnut Steve Lambert, and this has been a RATG Puff Puff Podcast production.
Oh, okay.
.ca.
Black magic. You got to know.